guys, I'm Sdanwolf and welcome back to the channel, and welcome back to the safari park to start us out with. I won't spend a lot of time in this park because it's still very much active, but I thought it was time for us to go in and do an update, and because I'm starting to get a lot of messages now about asking about certain parks and what's going on, so I thought now would be a good time to kind of jump in and just kind of let everybody know what the status of these parks are, if they're active, non-active, if I have, what my plans are for them, and yeah, so like I said, this whole park pretty much started with it started with the adventure pack. So not this past December, but I believe the December before this. I started with just the crocodiles and the hippos, and that kind of led to getting in here and trying to design this park. And it really, that's the thing, it didn't start out as a park. It just started out as getting enclosures and all that tried, seeing just how cool we could make these exhibits and stuff look. So that is where we are today, trying to flesh it out and making it essentially making it an actual park now. So you'll notice back there at the beginning, I've deleted the whole front entrance area because I want to get in there and kind of just want to get in and try to make it like a just more cohesive up front. Just make it, try to go back and write some of my older, just not as well themed out designs. But you got to remember, I started this a year and a half ago, so I've practiced a lot. I've learned a lot more on design and park layout and what looks good and what doesn't look good, and facade combinations and roofing, and there's so much more that I understand now and I've studied now than I did like December of last year, pretty much when all of this started. So yes guys, the safari park very much still active. A lot going on. We've got a lot of ideas. I've got a Cairo area going. I have cheetahs now. I have rhinos, dead-eye duck, misread nebula, FSF ranger. A lot of them are coming in with new animals almost every other day for us to try. I know a couple of them are working on bears and pandas, so there is a ton going on. So definitely be on the lookout for more from the safari park here. It is definitely still very active. So yeah, let's go ahead and jump on to the next park. Alright guys, next up on our old park review is my Disney World recreation. So haven't been in this park in a while. Brought in the German Chief's Space Mountain over there. He did a really cool job on it. But I don't know, this park, I love it. I spent many months on it. The only thing is, it's just kind of, I got burnt out with it. Because, I was just kind of coming home every day, building on it, spending like every weekend on it. But like I said, a lot of fun. You guys had a lot of fun with it. Really enjoyed how a lot of this come out. I don't know, we're so close to finishing it. I may one of these days coming up, but I was also thinking too about going ahead and just putting it on the workshop for now, and just pretty much with Tomorrowland unfinished. It's not just Tomorrowland. There's a lot of little nitpicky stuff that needs to be done. But like I said, with moving on to the safari park and the Bar Mills builds, and doing a lot of collaborations, helping out in Lunawood, and we've got some new new projects and stuff coming out with that. I had I just kind of burn out with my little Disney World recreation here. So I don't know when we'll jump back into it, but like I said, this week I will definitely get it put on the workshop, so you guys can kind of have a chance to get in here and nose around and maybe finish up Tomorrowland for me, and see how that goes. I've got you my Seven Dwarfs Mine Train in here. We've got Big Thunder Mountain. We've got the the Haunted Mansion. I've got the Be Our Guest restaurant. I mean, I've definitely given you a pretty good head start to come in and at least make Tomorrowland your own. But as far as right now goes, I don't have any plans to come back in here and start building. I think, like I said, I've did what I needed to, and I've got what I wanted out of it. If you guys want to get in and film some cool cinematics on them and, put them on your own channels or whatever, feel free. And just give me a shout when you do, because I would love to come see it and see what you were able to do and what you were able to film. So, yeah, as far as the Disney World park goes, I'm pretty much done right now, and I think I'm going to go ahead and put it on the workshop to see what you guys can come up with. So that is this park. Let's move on to the next one. All right, guys, up next is our old water park adventure. So, like I said, with the kind of talk that, water parks and such are not coming to Planet Coaster, I've kind of chilled on this a little bit. Like Beyond Drew and myself, we were kind of talking that, water parks and Planet Coaster have kind of become a hard eye roll. But, back when I started this, we thought that, this could very well be a real possibility. But nowadays, I highly, highly doubt it. So I don't want to get your all's hopes up like this could turn into something that it never will be. But, that's not to say maybe one of these days when we get the safari park done and, maybe we'll go back and try to create a legit looking water park, because so much of this stuff, that's the problem. Like, I started this stuff so far back in the day that it was all experimental. Like, the pieces that were available to me now, we never even thought of being available when I first started doing this stuff. So a lot of it was so long ago that I tried to piece together different parts of these experiment builds, in the months and even some cases years later. Because you got to figure, I've been playing this since probably early 2016, I believe. Whenever the actual early alpha came out, that's when I started playing Planet Coaster. So we're talking like pre-alpha days. I have been messing with this game. So we're talking, late 2015, early 2016, I believe. This is when all this started kicking off for me. So, I remember one of my very first parks was trying to build a water park. So it's not very conducive of me to go in and continue with these type of parks, just because I've already made such a mess of them, just kind of piecing stuff together over the years, that, like I said, might make better sense to go back one day and actually maybe try to get in and just start a brand new park. And just like I said, with the with the practice and how much I've learned over the years, I can give you guys such a better product now in 2019 than I could, in 2017 or even 2018 for that matter. I just think that, like I said, don't look for anything new from this water park. If we ever do anything water park related again, hopefully it'll either be we'll start brand new, or we will have some kind of water park, soaked type of, Planet water park type game. So, like I said, for right now, this park is on indefinite hold. It's another one. I think any of these parks that I'm not working on anymore, I am going to go ahead and put them on the workshop and let you guys come in and mess with them. So don't forget to subscribe to me on the Steam Workshop, and you guys can see these as they come out, if I don't put them out by the time this video's out. So yeah, guys, for right now, water park is over. All right, guys, let me show you up next. My newest obsession, my midnight dream, is these new Bar Mills builds. And Beyond Drew, I was helping him with Lunawood, him and HPK, just last week, and he's like, man, have you ever thought to Google Bar Mills? And I'm like, no, what's that? And he's like, it's a, just Google it. They're a, like a railroad, like a miniature railroad model company. They build all the little props and little houses and businesses and stuff, you know, for the little miniature railroad. So I was like, well, okay, let me look it up. Oh my God, guys, I'll probably throw some pictures up right here while you're going through this. Look at some of these little models. Is that not absolutely insane? Like I put out on Twitter a couple days ago, if you are in any type of rut, any type of, you know, creative block, look up Bar Mills. And I guarantee you, if you're needing buildings like that, like really gritty, you know, just older Americana type adventure builds, that will have you covered. Right here, I was kind of, one of their builds, I kind of switched it around a little bit to fit Luna wood, but it's just one of these little tiny pull-up gas station builds. I got the guy down here changing the tire out on the car, brought in the Gulf sign, Luna wood gasoline repair, found this really cool Aero Eastern motor oil sign, got the gas pumps right here. And another thing right here, I never even thought of using the lowrider to actually bring you guys a sensibly scaled Ecto 1, because if you remember, and see if I can pull this up, when I first built my Ecto 1 back in the day, I didn't realize how absolutely massive it was. But look at this. Look how stupid I was. But, you know, in my defense, remember, this was back before we even had tires. So all of this you see right here of my old Ecto 1, this is just kind of what I thought I had to go off of. This was the size and the pieces that I thought I needed to use. And, yeah, let me show you how large this is. If we jump in here and do our little archers, look how massively off I was. I do not even understand how I got that horribly out of size. But like I said, you know, it was like 2 years ago. I wanted to try to get an Ecto 1 out. This was back for that adventure park build that I was doing way back in the day. Like I said, it was before we even had tires. I had to use the Christmas ornaments and the art shapes. But yes, so nonetheless, we have a, we will just say goodbye to the massive parade float Ecto 1. And I've got you a new little smaller, a little more believable version here. And it was actually even a little tougher because all of this stuff I had to pick out to use to try to make the satellite and all their little gadgets. Whereas everything is just, it's not small. Planet Coaster is not known for their small pieces. So even that was a little tough to try to put that together. Over here is the little Swackhammers welding company. So a lot of people were asking me on Instagram and Twitter what I use for this roof. Look. It's just a drawbridge from like the fantasy pack. So I just flipped it up kind of on its end and bam, makes a really, really cool looking wood roof. So you've got the welding section over here. Over here is kind of like the little office section. We've got the, we've got the little underpass here where they can bring this out on this pulley and drop pieces down onto the loading trucks, you know, maybe large pieces that they've welded. And so, yeah, that is that. Over here is I've started on the Graves Elevator Company. So they are an elevator design company. They test their stuff out. One of my buddies, Claw, said, that's a fitting sign. That's a fitting name for an elevator company, Graves Elevators. So, yeah, that was I thought that was a pretty neat building. Still working on it a little bit. Went the old Mike Sheets way and actually copied over did a custom sign for it. And if you guys have never seen actually how he does this, while I have you here, I will go ahead and show you. You basically take a large billboard, or however large you need it. Maybe a 16, I think is what I used for this. Place that on the ground. Get rid of that. Go into your signs here. And what would I have named that? Would I have named that Graves? Let's see, I've got so many nowadays. Yeah, Graves. And so it might be a little bright on you, might be a little easier to work on it, actually work on it at night. And I don't know if you guys ever noticed this, but I just accidentally noticed it. If you hit L, look, you've got a light. Look at this. I can't believe you guys never told me about this, but yeah, if you're playing around and you hit L on your keyboard, if you're trying to build in the dark or looking around, you've got a light on the keyboard. I never knew about that till like 30 minutes ago. So anyways, yeah, let's flip around here. And essentially what Mike does is you take your little, go into your little scenery tab here. Frames are absolutely horrible right now. They have, hopefully they've got an update coming out, because in a park with this little and I'm getting like 12, 13 frames, that is getting a little ridiculous. So usually what I do is I take this extra small, change it over to, you know, whatever color you want to change it to. And you can just play around with it. But this is kind of what happens. You just, now it is going to take you some time. Like, you're not just going to jump right in and have like a perfectly, you know, just ready to go type of sign. This is a long technique. But see, that's what happens. So when you take, let's see if I can take this right here. You didn't know you was going to get a sign tutorial today. But this is basically what I did. You basically just play around with the lettering and you copy over your picture. So that is kind of how some of these guys achieve these custom signs. It's all has to do with laying down your actual sign and just filling in the blanks. So that is your quick tutorial from your old boy Sdanwolf today. And I think right now that's what we'll leave this as. Like I said, this whole deal was just to kind of get you guys in and let you know a little bit about what's going on, let you know some of your old projects going on. But yeah, right now this bar mills stuff is going to take up a lot of my time. It's a good little break from the Safari stuff. And yeah, we will start getting these on the workshop. I know Drew and HPK had a lot of these they wanted to use in Lunawood in their American section. So that is kind of... that is what we're dealing with, guys, right now. So if you want to, leave me a comment section down below of some parks or anything I haven't worked on in a while you want to hear from, and maybe I can answer you in the comment section down below. But yeah, I will go ahead and jump on out of here. Don't forget to smash that like button if you end up enjoying this update video, and subscribe for more Planet Coaster content, and I will catch you guys next time. Thank you. See ya.